So what's going on, everybody? Tommy back here talking sports, wearing shorts, and look at the video I'm doing today. If you're looking at the screen in front of you, revealed Liverpool enter talks with Saudi Arabian and Qatari consortiums over a potential $3 billion takeover as Fenway Sports Group set to wheel in motion for a sale at Anfield. Massive, guys. Massive, massive, massive. We're just going to go through this article. I wanted to touch on it. We obviously made a video a couple of weeks ago in regards to the Mukesh Ambani interest. That kind of died off really fast. So you have to take a pinch of salt with all these type of stuff. With these clubs being up for sale, obviously it brings in attention. So we just have to be aware that these things are going to happen. People are going to be interested, but whether or not this actually happens and goes over the line is another thing. But this is something we need to talk about. It's definitely something that's piqued my interest, and I'm just going to read through, obviously, the article, and we're going to touch on it, we're going to talk about it, give my thoughts, and see what some of the potential pros are and maybe some of the potential cons are, because there will be some cons to having owners like this, or Saudi Arabian or Qatari owner. There's going to be some pros and cons to it, so we're just going to go through it. Let's read the top part and we'll break it all down. So Liverpool have held discussions with two Middle Eastern-based consortiums over a $3 billion takeover. The Mail on Sunday has learned that the representatives of the consortiums from Saudi Arabia and Qatar have expressed interest in the club. Several sources report the consortium officials have approached Fenway Sports Group director Mike Gordon, the man responsible for the sale of Liverpool. So these people have basically reached out to Liverpool to express their interest, to say, hey, look, we want to buy you. We're interested. So what can we do? What can we make this happen or not? Let's talk. Let's talk about the cash. So we'll scroll down to here. Just talks about some little things. Saudi Arabia's sports prime minister has encouraged takeover bids for both Liverpool and Man United. Both clubs have been exploring potential sales over the past month. I actually think that Man United one is key, because ever since that we announced that we were looking for investment, all of a sudden the Glazers have said, oh, well, we're ready to sell now. And I think they've just jumped at it because they don't want to miss out on a potential sale to a massive, massive investor. They know that Liverpool can get that, and they don't want to lose out on that. So there's going to be a little bit of a war here, but I think that both clubs can get potentially massive owners. I don't think that just because Liverpool can get one, Man United don't, or vice versa. I think there's opportunity here for both clubs to get both, which is leading on to my next point. If we read this part here, it says, the private sector, I can't speak on their behalf, but there is a lot of interest and appetite, and there's a lot of passion about football. We would definitely support it in the private sector comes in, because we know what's going on. It's going to reflect positively within the kingdom. Obviously, the kingdom, the Public Investment Fund, already owns Newcastle. Liverpool have been in discussions with another US buyer, and Britain's richest man, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and tech giants Apple have been in a link with United. Now, the interesting thing here, I'm just going to touch on this a little bit. Now, it says here that Man United are worth more than Liverpool, and that's true. So that there's a lot more companies that are more interested in buying Man United than there are Liverpool. I think it's a little bit true, but I don't think that they have so much more dramatic interest that Liverpool can't get another massive owner. I don't think that like a Saudi Arabian outfit or a Qatari owner is not going to buy Liverpool because Man United is for sale. I think they can still get it. So I don't exactly believe that just because they're both up for sale, we're not going to potentially get one of these guys. But reading this bit down the bottom here, Liverpool are valued at $3.9 billion. Man United were valued at $5 billion. Chelsea's sale to a consortium with $2.5 billion, with a guaranteed further $1.7 billion, has not gone unnoticed. So that's pretty much the spark of what happened. That's why the Liverpool owners are probably thinking about selling now. FSG bought Liverpool for $300 million. $300 million. That's not even that much nowadays. Crazy, right? It is believed that the failed attempt from the European Super League is behind the newfound willingness to sell the club. I actually do believe that to be true. I think that was their last stitch, because I think that with a club like Liverpool, and they're such a massive giant, they've got to compete with Manchester City, Man United, Real Madrid, and all that, and they don't really have the funds. Manchester City could just outbuy anybody, and now obviously Newcastle can. So that's going to be interesting. That's about it. We'll read this last little part, and then we'll jump into a discussion. So basically, Liverpool are part of a cabal of major European clubs that announced in 2021 that they plan to break away from UEFA to form their own continental competition, which was the Super League. FSG was formed in 2001. FSG formed in 2001, and has since remarkable success across baseball and football, deploying what has come to be known as the Moneyball strategy and recruiting and building teams. That is true. Liverpool kind of operate in that system. We usually sell before we reinvest, and it's worked out. Klopp has done fucking amazing things with this team. So that's basically it, guys. Just talking about the interest, the Saudi Arabian interest, the Qatari interest, there is interest there. There's been contact. Has there been anything? So has there been anything verbal? No. There's been nothing verbal. There's just been an interest. There's been nothing concrete. So with these things, they've got to take a bit of time. They've got to take a bit of time. Do I think that having Saudi Arabian owners and Qatari owners is a great fit for Liverpool? Look, I don't know. That remains to be seen. Obviously, if you look at Newcastle, they're not doing anything wrong just yet. Do you buy yourself to success? No. Success isn't guaranteed. You're still going to need the managers to do the right job. That's obviously, they're going to back Klopp. But it would just be nice once in a while to be able to buy the likes of Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice and not be outbid by Manchester City all the time. I know that's getting down the realms of playing FIFA football and playing Football Manager, but I just would love a world where Liverpool could actually compete in the transfer market. And I love FSG for what they've done and how they've bringing us back to the heights with getting Jurgen Klopp and making the Liverpool a sustainable machine, not making us in debt. I love that, and I get it. But I think we've reached a point now where we can't attract the best players because we can't afford them. Not that we can't attract them to play for the squad. Like Jude Bellingham, I reckon right now, honestly, I genuinely believe Jude Bellingham wants to play for Liverpool. But is that going to get over the line? I'm not sure. But if you get the Saudis in, or the Qataris, that could happen. But again, you got to take it with a pinch of salt, and you have to think of everything that comes with it. Like, do we want to be known for a club that just buys success? Well, I don't think that comes with Liverpool. I really don't. I mean, Manchester City didn't have any success. Newcastle don't have any success. That's the difference there. You know, they don't have anything. Manchester City didn't really have a big fan base either. Liverpool are a well-known club. They have history. They have fans. So it's not like we're buying success. We're getting the right investment. I think that's the difference there. If we were absolutely useless like Manchester City were, then I understand the hate. But the difference is Liverpool won the biggest clubs in the world and the most successful club in Britain. So it's not the same. That's what I want to say about that. But what do you reckon, guys? Who do you reckon Liverpool should be bought out by? Do you like the interest? Do you want it to be a Saudi Arabian side? Or do you think this is ridiculous? Do you want it to be a Qatari? Do you want it to be somebody else? Let me know. Comments below. That's about it from me. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care and hope you enjoyed. Peace out.